Donald Trump has had absolutely no problem whatsoever vanquishing all of his Republican primary opponents. And sure, Nikki Haley's still in the race, but she's really not in the race. She just happens to be there. Trump is going to be the Republican nominee, and it's probably one of the easiest, primaries for the Republicans that we have ever seen. Trump's got this thing on lockdown. He's going to win every single state. Now, I say that to tell you this part. Even though Donald Trump is cruising to an easy primary victory, he is struggling in one of the most important aspects of his campaign. Actually, multiple important aspects of his campaign, but let's focus on the first one here. According to a recent report, Donald Trump is unable to pack his rallies anymore. And I say recent report because obviously we just got one 2 days ago, but over the last 2 years, the reports have come out showing, Donald Trump can't pack the rallies. People aren't showing up. They're leaving within 15 minutes of him beginning to speak. We've seen the videos. I've shown you the videos of people leaving even 10 minutes into his speech, all the photographs of all the empty chairs. And then on Thursday, when he held his little rally in Nashville, they had to remove over 300 empty chairs before he took the stage, because they did not want Donald Trump getting up there and speaking and talking to a bunch of empty seats. So before he got up on stage, organizers had to scramble out there in the crowd and take away all the empty chairs and put them away so that Trump didn't think, it was only half full, even though he could look at all the empty space in the back where the chairs used to be. Either way, Trump can't pack a rally, and that is a huge problem for him. Now, granted, he was 3 hours late, so that may have played a role, except, of course, for the reporters who were there the entire time waiting, who have admitted those chairs actually never got full to begin with. It's not that people showed up and left because he was 3 hours late. It's that nobody ever showed up to fill those seats in the first place. And that is a trend that has been getting worse for Donald Trump over the last few years, and that hurts him. His power in 2016, which was taken away from him to a degree in 2020 because of COVID, but his power was those rallies. He could pack an arena with 10, 15,000 people, maybe even more. We cannot take that away from him. He had the power to do that. People loved it. I get to go and I get to see this man with my own eyes. He's 20 feet away from me. That's a big deal. But he can't do it anymore because people don't care. And an LA Times columnist actually laid out a good reason why Trump's not packing these rallies anymore, why people aren't coming to hear him talk. This is what Jackie Calms had to say. Again, LA Times columnist. This is what Jackie wrote about a recent rally that Jackie attended. And more than ever, given the scores of criminal charges and mountain of legal penalties he's facing, there are his grievances. These aren't rallies anymore. They're pity parties. Non sequiturs were constant. Trump went from grousing about his Georgia case straight into unrelated and chilling talk of indemnifying police charged with misconduct once he is president. You can stop crime in 1 day, in 1 hour, if you got really nasty and really tough. And there was this. The great capital, Washington, D.C. is under siege. I will always defend Medicare and Social Security, unlike Bird Brain. I kid you not, that's what he said. If you don't believe me, watch for yourself. Spoiler alert, the man is not fit to be president. So nobody wants to show up and listen to Donald Trump rant and rave like a lunatic about things that they can't even follow. In a speech last week, even before the Nashville one, he once again went off on the faucets and the water pressure and I can't figure this out. Sometimes the hot's on the left and not on the right, and I don't know what's going on. And people are in the audience like, sure, maybe. I don't know. My shower's fine. I washed myself today. They don't know what's going on with him, and he doesn't know what's going on with him. And when he does speak in complete sentences and stays on topic, it's, as Jackie Calm said, a pity party. Oh, they stole the election from me. Oh, I'm being prosecuted. Oh, this, oh, that, the same crap he's been saying for years. He doesn't have any new songs to perform, so he's just going back to the greatest hits. But he doesn't even remember all the words to his own songs anymore, so nobody wants to show up. Add to that the fact that Donald Trump cannot even raise the same amount of money from his small dollar donors, which were his, core group of donors, it's shrinking too. So it's not just the rally size shrinking, which is filled with everyday people. It's the money he's getting from everyday people. Where they're going, we don't know. Are they dying off? Did COVID have such an impact on them that they're no longer with us? Or have they simply outgrown this man-child that they once supported? I guess we'll find out in November.